Lately, something has felt different in a way that's hard to explain. You may find yourself feeling unusually tired even after resting, more sensitive to sounds, to people, or even to the foods you once enjoyed without a second thought. Things that used to feel normal now feel off. And somewhere inside, a quiet question keeps rising. What's happening to me? But what if this isn't something going wrong, and instead, something deeper going right? Not everything you're experiencing is random. These shifts in your body and emotions are not signs of weakness, and they're not something you're imagining. They are signals. Your body is responding to a change that is happening beneath the surface, a transformation that hasn't fully revealed itself yet. As it is written, "For we walk by faith, not by sight." 2 Corinthians 5-7. And sometimes the most important changes begin in ways we cannot immediately understand. What you are feeling is not a breakdown. It is a transition, a quiet, powerful reordering within you, preparing you for a version of yourself that is more aligned, more aware, and more whole than ever before. What you are experiencing now is not just a surface-level shift. It is a deep alignment between who you are becoming and the life you are meant to carry. Your soul has already said yes to something greater long before your body understood it. Somewhere within you, your desires changed, your direction quietly turned, and your spirit began moving toward a higher purpose. Now your body is catching up to that decision. This is why it can feel uncomfortable, even disorienting at times, as if you are no longer fully anchored in who you used to be, but not yet settled into who you are becoming. In truth, you are being recalibrated. Just as a vessel must be strengthened before it can hold more, your body is being prepared to sustain the weight of what is coming into your life. Scripture says, "But we have this treasure in jars of clay to show that this all-surpassing power is from God and not from us." 2 Corinthians 4-7. The vessel matters. The structure matters. What you carry requires a foundation that can hold it without breaking. So this season is not empty, and it is not wasted. It is the careful work of making you ready, not just spiritually, but physically and emotionally, so that what is meant for you can remain with you. As this alignment deepens, another shift begins to unfold within you, one that changes not just how you feel, but how you respond to life itself. You may notice that the patterns you once lived by no longer feel natural. The anxiety that used to rise so quickly now pauses. The need to defend yourself, to overthink, to stay constantly alert begins to soften. It is not that you are becoming passive, but that you are becoming grounded. Your body is learning that it no longer has to live in a constant state of survival. It is learning a new rhythm, one rooted in peace instead of pressure. Scripture reminds us, the mind governed by the Spirit is life and peace. Romans 8-6. That peace is not something you have to chase. It is something your system is slowly remembering, as if it has always been there beneath the noise. You are, in many ways, shedding an old version of yourself. The version that was built in response to stress, fear, and the need to protect yourself at all costs is no longer sustainable for where you are going. And so, your body is releasing it, layer by layer. This can feel unfamiliar, even unsettling, because those old responses once made you feel safe. But now, a different kind of safety is being formed within you, one that does not rely on control or constant vigilance. The Lord gives strength to His people. The Lord blesses His people with peace. Psalm 29-11. That peace becomes your new foundation. You begin to choose rest instead of resistance, stillness instead of struggle. You no longer feel the need to fight every battle or prove your worth in every moment. This is what it means to move beyond survival. You are not here just to endure life anymore. You are here to live it with intention, clarity, and a sense of inner steadiness that does not easily shake. The old rhythm of urgency, fear, and constant reaction is being replaced with something quieter, but far more powerful. You respond instead of react. You trust instead of brace yourself. You allow instead of force. And while this new way of being may feel slower on the surface, it carries a depth and stability that the old version of you could never access. So if you feel like you are changing in ways you can't fully explain, if your reactions are softening and your need to rush is fading, understand that this is not you losing your edge. This is you finding your center. You are not becoming less capable. You are becoming more aligned. Your body is learning that it is safe to exist without constant tension, safe to move through life without fear driving every decision. And as this new state becomes more natural, you will begin to see that you are not just healing from the past, you are stepping into a completely new way of being, one that allows you to carry peace, hold purpose, and live from a place that is no longer defined by survival, but by meaning. There will be days in this journey that feel unusually quiet, as if life has gently slowed everything down without asking for your permission. The urgency you once carried begins to soften. Your motivation may rise and fall, and you may find yourself in moments that feel empty, slow, or even unproductive. It is natural, in those spaces, to wonder if you are falling behind or if something is missing. But what if these slower days are not a sign of stagnation, but a necessary part of your transformation? What if the silence you are experiencing is not absence, but preparation? Growth does not always look like movement. Some of the most important changes happen beneath the surface, in ways that cannot be seen right away. Just as a seed remains hidden in the soil before it ever breaks through, there is a quiet process unfolding within you that requires stillness in order to take root. As Scripture reminds us, "Be still and know that I am God." Psalm 46:10. Stillness is not emptiness. It is a sacred space where something within you is being formed, where clarity deepens, and where your inner world is gently being brought into order. You are in a phase of integration. Everything you have been learning, feeling, and releasing is settling into your body, becoming part of you in a way that is real and lasting. This cannot be rushed. Like a cocoon holding transformation, this quiet season is holding you as you become. From the outside, it may seem like nothing is happening, but inside, everything is shifting. Old layers are dissolving, new patterns are taking shape, and your system is learning how to carry this new version of yourself with steadiness instead of strain. It is also in these slower moments that you are invited to release the belief that your worth is tied to constant output. You are not only valuable when you are producing, achieving, or moving quickly. There is a deeper rhythm to life, one that honors rest just as much as action. There remains, then, a Sabbath rest for the people of God. Hebrews 4-9. That rest is not something you earn after exhaustion. It is part of how you are restored, how you are sustained, and how you remain aligned with what truly matters. At times, this stillness may feel uncomfortable, even unfamiliar, and you may feel the urge to rush forward or fill the silence with something known. But this is where trust becomes essential. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. Exodus 14:14. Not everything requires effort, and not every step forward needs to be forced. Some of the most meaningful changes unfold when you allow them, when you trust that even in stillness, something important is taking place. So if life feels slower than you expected, do not mistake this for delay. This is the space where you are being completed, where everything within you is settling into alignment. Nothing here is wasted. This stillness is part of your becoming, quietly preparing you for a life that will no longer feel rushed, but deeply grounded, intentional, and whole. As this process begins to settle within you, something quietly shifts in the way you move through life. What once felt heavy starts to feel lighter. Your energy becomes more stable, no longer pulled in every direction by stress or urgency. You don't feel the same need to force things to happen. And strangely, as you stop pushing, the right things begin to find their way to you. Opportunities appear with less struggle. Connections feel more natural. Life begins to flow in a way that once seemed out of reach. This is not coincidence. This is alignment. You are becoming a version of yourself that can hold what you once only hoped for. In the past, even if certain blessings had arrived, they may not have stayed. Not because you were unworthy, but because your inner state was still learning how to receive and sustain them. Now, something is different. You are more grounded, more aware, and more at peace within yourself. Scripture says, "The blessing of the Lord brings wealth, without painful toil for it." Proverbs 10:22. What is meant for you does not come with constant strain. It comes with a sense of rightness, a quiet confirmation that you are no longer out of sync with your own life. This transformation is not only spiritual, it is deeply physical. Your body has been part of this journey all along, learning new patterns, releasing old stress responses, and creating a new internal environment where peace feels natural instead of unfamiliar. What once triggered you no longer has the same power. What once exhausted you no longer feels as heavy. This is what real change looks like. Not just a shift in mindset, but a complete reordering of how you think, feel, and exist. May God Himself, the God of peace, sanctify you through and through. 1 Thessalonians 5:23. This kind of transformation touches every part of you, not just your thoughts, but your body, your reactions, and your way of being in the world. And as this new version of you becomes more solid, you begin to notice that you are no longer chasing the life you want. You are living in a way that naturally attracts it. There is less forcing, less questioning, less fear of things falling apart. Instead, there is a quiet confidence, a sense that you can trust what is unfolding. Even when things are not fully clear, you are no longer shaken in the same way, because something within you has become steady. This is the moment where everything you have been going through starts to make sense. The fatigue, the stillness, the emotional shifts, the distance from your old self, none of it was wasted. It was all part of preparing you not just to receive something greater, but to hold it, to sustain it, and to grow within it without losing yourself. Now to Him who is able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine. Ephesians 3:20. What is ahead of you is not small, and that is why the process had to be deep. You are not the same person you were before, and that is exactly the point. You have been reshaped into someone who can carry peace without losing it, who can experience abundance without fear, and who can walk forward without constantly looking back. This is not just change, this is becoming. And before you leave, I want to gently ask you something. If you've been silently carrying this transformation on your own, if there are parts of your journey you've never said out loud, let this be the place where you begin. You don't have to explain everything perfectly. Just one honest sentence in the comments is enough. Someone out there may read your words and feel a little less alone because of it. And if this message reached your heart in a real way, don't let it end here. Subscribe, stay with this space, and allow yourself to keep receiving what you need along the way. You deserve reminders like this. You deserve a place that understands the quiet battles and the unseen growth you're going through. This is not just a video you watched. This can be part of your healing if you choose to stay connected.